don't view things as necessarily like fails. It's more like a learning experience. I don't take any failures personally, and my memory is so short, I don't remember anyway, so it's fine. I've definitely had things where like I think the viewership could have been more or that it could have been more successful. But honestly, the only person to fault is me because at the end of the day, it's all about marketing and I didn't market it well enough.
Welcome to another episode of Pretty Poor Decisions. And today we have a very special guest. We have Kat Pan, aka Katliente. Yay! Thank you so much for coming. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm on 3 hours of sleep, but I'm excited. Today is an action-packed day. So.
Yeah. You have a really exciting week, or even last week too.
Last week was very exciting and tiring, and this week is very exciting, also tiring. But honestly, I'd rather have stuff to do than be like rotting at home and bored.
You have this podcast, which I asked you literally like less than 24 hours in advance. I was just like, she's already here. And then you have the event tonight where you're going to be talking about your story.
Yeah.
So excited.
The slides turbo late.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We're, for context chat, we're not chat. Yeah. You know what? Everybody's chat at this point. For context, we were up super late working on our slides for today's event. So
they're done. That's at least.
Yes, we're done. We get to chill now and hang out and talk. Lord, okay.
Great job.
It is. What time is it? It's 11:30. Oh my god, I'm not a morning person, and I'm probably on 3 hours too.
You messaged me at like 8 a.m. and I was like,
like I don't know how.
Like it was like an email or something, and I was like, gosh.
I schedule sent that.
But you had me fooled.
I didn't want to look crazy at 2 a.m.
I literally woke up and I opened my email bright and early at 8. I was like,
no. I was not awake at 8 a.m. For everyone in chat who do not know who you are, please explain.
Well, my name is Kat, or I go by Katliente online. That's my username. And I teach people how to start streaming on Twitch and how to make content creation a full-time career. And on top of that, I also do digital art. And I have an Etsy shop that I've been running since 2021 where I sell digital goods for streamers like emotes.
Nice. Okay. So wait, how long have you been doing Twitch and
So I started streaming December 2018. So we are going on 6.5 years now of streaming on Twitch, inching towards 7, which is a little scary.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I started content creating or like basically using TikTok and then actively posting in 2020.
Okay.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah, because I think that's literally when I found your videos. Because I was like, because when I started streaming on Twitch, I wanted to be an Animal Crossing streamer, and I was so freaking scared because I didn't have a PC or anything, and then I was just scrolling like how to stream on Twitch, and then that's how I came across your videos, and I was like, instant follow, and then so yeah, I've just been following your advice ever since.
Look who we're here today.
I know. Moral of the story, chat, fangirl real hard, and then maybe you'll meet your role models in real life.
You buy me a matcha.
And I'm buying a matcha, and then we do a podcast. So yes, be Delulu, follow your dreams. Exactly. One thing that really it didn't really surprise me, but one thing I learned from your beginning are that your parents or your family did not know you were streaming. It was a complete secret. So do you want to like talk about that? Like what inspired you to like just go live, but also be like hush hush about it?
Oh my god. I always I'm a big yapper and I'm extroverted. So I was like, oh my god, streaming on Twitch, I could yap and I can meet more people. Yeah. And then I also was dating somebody who was a streamer. And he was like, oh my god, Kat, you look like an AVG. You stream on Twitch. That's literally what he told me.
Oh, so he was a streamer first and you're watching.
First. Okay. Yeah. And then, I didn't meet him through Twitch. I was dumb at 18 and I believed him. And I was like, okay, haha, streaming should be, because he was like, it's so easy. Like you're a girl, you're going to get viewers. Yeah. I was like, okay, do some critical thinking. Like don't just take what people say at face value. And that's the thing that I learned later, because taking what he said at face value wasn't a great idea. But I got streaming on Twitch and then I broke up with him because, he broke up with me, but like our relationship was really toxic.
This is not your current boyfriend?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
This is
different. Okay.
My current boyfriend like didn't start streaming on Twitch till like way later.
Oh, got it.
Because I was actively pressuring him to do it. I was like, you need to build your brand because you're a pro V player. Go stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
And he was like, he occasionally does it, but he's not very extra. He's like very introverted. So Twitch is like a lot for him.
Yeah.
But that's a whole side tangent. Kept the love for streaming, but I'm Chinese. I have like strict, like my parents I'm like ABC first generation. They immigrated from Shanghai, very traditional people. And trying to explain live streaming to them, I was like, this is not gonna fly.
It's not gonna work out.
It's very not.
Yeah.
And I'm a type of person where I'm like, it's easier to ask for forgiveness and permission, especially with my parents, because they're always like very, you know, like even with dyeing my hair, my mom was always like super against it. And I was like, screw it, came home platinum. And
and then
my parents were like, and my grandma was home at the time, and they were all memeing on me for looking like my grandma because she's got a house.
That's great.
So
yeah, that's crazy.
I was doing the Twitch thing too. I told my brother, I have a twin brother.
Yeah.
And
I forgot. I forgot you're a twin.
Yeah. He works in
What a trip.
He works in accounting.
Oh,
Which is so
different. Yeah.
But I told him, and then I was like, you gotta keep it from my parents. Like he gets it because we obviously have the same parents and virtually the same upbringing. Yeah. Because we went to the same school our entire lives. And he kept his lips sealed for 2 years.
Nice.
And one time he just forgot. I don't blame him. But he actually let us slip because we were eating dinner together.
Yeah.
And I was rushing for dinner. And my parents were like, why is Kat like eating, like rushing for dinner? And Pat's like, yeah, that's also his name.
Okay.
Not intentional that our names were. But Pat was like, oh, Kat has a stream. My parents were like, what? And Jake is zombie. It was almost a full 2 years of me streaming before they actually caught me.
Yeah.
And they were like interrogating me because they were so confused as to what was happening. They were like, so what do you stream? And I was like, I stream games, but mainly education, actually. And they were like, education? You? People want to learn from you? What do people have to learn from you?
That's crazy.
No, they told me. And they were like, so what is this streaming? What happens? And I was like, oh, like I play games and stuff live and people lifetime interact with me. My dad thought I was cam modeling.
Oh,
because he literally didn't know what
he didn't know what else.
Like,
like at the time that was it.
Doing?
Yeah,
it was an awkward conversation. He was like, like he uses my full name, but he's like, Catherine, keep her clothes out right. And I was like, oh, Dad,
that's so awkward. Okay,
yeah. So once I showed them my Twitch stream, then they understood.
Yeah.
And they were like, but literally at the time I had like 40 viewers, and they're like, why do 40 people every single night just watch you talk? It's like hard to explain.
Yeah. No, I get it. My mom still doesn't know anything that I do.
I'm gonna tell her eventually, where you kind of like
they know I stream. My whole family knows I stream, but my mom just doesn't grasp it. I don't know. Like she bless my sisters. They sometimes like they watch my streams, and then sometimes my mom's over, and then they'll watch me playing games, and then of course I'm like cursing up a storm, and I'm just like, and then I think one time my mom was talking to me through chat, like through my sister, and I was like, "Hi, Mom, how's it going?" It's kind of awkward, but then it's cool. They like get it. Like my mom just thinks I vlog and make videos on YouTube full time. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Close enough. She's like, she's pretty on the mark about it for the most part.
She doesn't care as long as I pay for her vacations. As long as I'm making money, I have health insurance.
That's so funny though, because my mom watches my streams too.
Yeah.
And I also cuss a lot, but I had to like reel it back so much because she would always get mad at me. She would text me after my streams and be like, Catherine, you need to watch your language. It's like bad influence. Like you're such a bad kid for using all this language. Like she thinks like any swearing is bad. Like
really?
Point blank period. And
so you don't swear at all?
Barely. On stream, that is.
Okay. Well, you're allowed to swear on this podcast. You're fine. Feel free. just let it whole rip. So it seems like your parents were like open once they found out. They weren't pissed off. Okay.
It took a long time. We fought a lot.
Over streaming?
Yeah, it was because like I was trying to be a full-time creator. So when they found out, it was, when did they find out? They found out like right about when I graduated college, if I remember correctly, like around that time. And I graduated with a biology degree. And my parents were very happy about that.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my God, our daughter who is fulfilling the Chinese dream of becoming a doctor, and we pressure her because she wanted to do this on her own. Yippee! And then they were already kind of like, oh, because midway through my college, I was like, I don't know if I want to do the doctor thing. I don't know if this is for me. And they were kind of like, oh, so what do you want to do then? And I was like, esports. And they were like,
what is that?
What is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was what happened.
Oh my God.
And then I wanted to be a full-time creator. And they were not down for that. We fought a lot.
Yeah.
We fought. I literally was like, I'm going to move to LA. And they were like, no. And we fought up until I moved. It was bad.
No.
They're now very, very supportive, but getting them on board was very difficult. It wasn't because they didn't want to support. It was because they literally had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
And they just could not comprehend what I was up to.
Yeah.
So they just thought they had a jobless daughter that was trying to leave the city.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I feel like with Asian parents, like they just want to make sure that you're not making a mistake and that you're taken care of. So, because the same way with my mom too, like just as long as you have a full-time job with benefits, health insurance. Yeah. That really was like the only thing. It didn't matter if it was like the shittiest job in the world, as long as the bills were paid. It seems like you were in bio and chasing the, what was it, doctor, med school, pathologist route. Okay, so when did you know you were gonna switch?
I remember vividly.
Yeah. Okay.
I was in physics.
In college or
in college. So I was at UC Berkeley, so it was some pretty hard physics. I was sitting there with my notebook open. And they were like drawing some diagrams on the freaking chalkboard. It wasn't the actual lecture, it was the discussion afterwards.
Okay.
I was sitting there like trying to draw the diagram in my notebook, and I was like, what the hell is happening here? I started doodling other stuff on the side, and I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. Physics is so dumb. This sucks. You have to do more of this physics to go do this? I was like, hell no.
Okay, and then that's when you were like, oh, I want to do something creative, or like,
yeah, no. And then it was like, okay, so if I don't want to do this, I need a career.
Yeah.
What are my options? Because I have nothing.
Oh,
it was like a very, very scary time.
Yeah.
Because I like my whole life, I've always known what I've always wanted to do. It was always like doctor. And I still love biology and medicine to this day. I just realized I didn't want to do it as a career. But to suddenly have like all this direction for your entire life, and then it's all gone. Your direction is all gone. You have suddenly no idea what you're doing. Like you feel like the rug is being pulled out from under you.
Yeah.
And I thought esports content could be an option. I had 3 viewers when this was happening. So we were a long way from making that happen. It was scary. But we made it work.
Nice. Did you ever tell your parents that you're like, I can't?
I had one conversation with my mom in the car. That was probably one of the scariest convos I've had.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, Mom, I don't think I want to do biology anymore.
Yeah.
And she was driving and she just looked over and she paused for a really long time. And I was like scared. I was like, oh. And she was like, so what do you want to do then? And I was like, esports. And my mom was like, so what are the what's the steps? Like, how are you going to make this happen? And I was like, I'll look for a job.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. So I get it. Like it definitely from a parent's perspective would be very like,
yeah,
what's happening? Right. And then I kind of just didn't mention it again.
Okay. So did you end up finishing the degree?
Yeah, I did. Okay. So I actually graduated in 3 years instead of 4.
You were ready to get out of there.
Yeah. Well, I'm very privileged in the fact that my parents paid for my education.
Okay.
And I felt guilty spending their money for a degree that I knew I wasn't going to use. So I was like, let me just get out of here as fast as possible. So I just took summer school like every semester. And I was like, I'm done in 3. Bye-bye. And that was my deal with my parents, because after I graduated, I was like, by that point, my content career was like picking up a little bit. And so I was like, I want to be a full-time creator because...
And this was 2018?
Yeah. Okay. No. So I graduated... I'm getting my dates a little mixed up. I started using TikTok in 2019. No, wait. Sorry, 2020.
Yeah.
I graduated 2021.
Okay.
Yeah. So I graduated like right before I turned 21. And I told my parents, I was like, hey, I should have been in school for 1 more year. And if I were to be in school for 1 more year, which my brother ended up doing, the regular 4-year, I was like, this would have costed you all this extra money that I'm very grateful for, that you're paying for my schooling and stuff. And I was like, I want to try to be a full-time creator. Let me have 1 year to figure it out, because this is 1 year that I would have still been in school anyways, which was why I graduated early. And they were like, okay. So we kind of agreed on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're definitely like, get a job, figure out what you're going to do, kind of like pressuring.
But you kind of had a little bit of a gap year.
Yeah, basically. Like I kind of built a gap year in before like the pressure would really rack up. And I did full-time content for 6 months. And then I actually found an esports internship.
Yeah.
And then I did the internship for 5 months, and then it converted to a full-time job, which I then moved down to LA for.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
So it kind of like worked out. You're like, yeah. Okay,
It did work out.
Now pivoting to just talking about you and your content and stuff. Let's start from the beginning. How did you get the name Katliente?
I originally started streaming with a different username.
What
It
was
was it was the username I've used since I was like probably 16. It's Artistocat.
Artistocat.
So
That's so cute.
cute, but everyone kept calling me Artie, and no one could spell their name right because they'd spell it Aristocat,
Like
or
the movie.
yeah, aristocrat without at the end. So nobody could spell it right, and then people kept calling me Artie, and I wanted people to call me Cat. So I was like, let me rework this, and I play a lot of League of Legends. My username was Too Spicy in League, and I love the name.
What was it?
It was Too Spicy.
Oh,
Like the username was literally
the name was
Too
actually
Spicy.
too spicy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the name, and
Yeah.
the freaking Riot like forced everybody to. Riot changed your username from your username to the Riot ID. And it used to have the Riot ID and but your username would show in game, and then they removed the usernames entirely. And I'm so mad about that because I lost Too Spicy as a username, which I love. But I was like, okay, how can I rework my username to put Cat in the beginning of the name, but like somehow have something else? And I was like, yeah, so my League username is Too Spicy. Well, Caliente in Spanish, and I'm not pronouncing it correctly, is like not technically spicy, but close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. So I was like, well, Katliente, haha. Problem is, I didn't realize that like caliente is slang for horny in Spanish.
Is it?
It is. I took 2 years of Spanish. That's not what they teach you at Spanish school, okay? So found out that people would come in and be like, do you have an OF? And it's partially, again, because like the misogyny of like, oh, I'm a woman, but also because the username, if you speak Spanish, actually sound like it looks like a username somebody who does something a little more suggestive would make because of the connotation. And I didn't find that out till much later after making the username. And I was like, ooh, well, that's a bit unfortunate. But I really like the name, even though it's still hard for people to spell.
Is it really?
Yeah, because the TLI next to each other blurs together when you read it. So people call me Katie, or they think like Callie. They'll drop the T or they drop the L.
Yeah, when you're reading it in chat, it's like too close together.
Yeah, so like pronouncing it's a bit hard, which I get because obviously it's not a real word. Like I'm modifying a word, but that's how I got my username.
That's so fascinating. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to like branding and stuff and finding username, like I feel like it's
so hard.
Very hard. Really hard and really important. That's why I understand when people rebrand, because I think on Twitch I used to just go by my government because okay, I'm Googleable. Like it's not hidden.
That makes so much sense because like when you told me a Twitch username, I was like, for some reason I feel like that didn't sound right. Not like it sounded wrong, but I was like, I swear like you used to go by
Yeah.
Okay, you actually did.
I went
That makes so much more
sense because that's my YouTube channel, Instagram. Like I'm public. And then I just felt weird because that's not the culture on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like everyone has like a username, and I'm like, okay, wow. I took inspo from you. I was like, what is something that has cat in the name? And then Google was giving me catastrophic. And I was like, that sounds disgusting. That sounds like a hot mess.
I feel like it could work if you're like a toxic gamer or something.
No,
but like,
I'm not catastrophic whatsoever. At the time, I was like, I'm an Animal Crossing streamer. There's nothing catastrophic about this. So,
but your username is so cute though.
Yes, but I have a love-hate relationship with the Cat Cafe. Like I like Cat Cafe because that's what my Discord was called in the very beginning. So like my community is the Cat Cafe.
Aww.
And everyone's like a bunch of like little, cats and shit.
That's so cute. Like us.
Yeah. Yes. It's a little blurred, but I'll show it on the screen. She drew us as cute little cats. And yeah, so Discord had the name first, and then I moved it to Twitch because I just didn't want to use my government anymore. But then I hate it because it has the word "the" in the front, and so it makes it seem like more of an object rather than like a username. Like I feel like I'm a store. Because when I hop in, everyone's like, "Hello, the Cat Cafe," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
Oh yeah.
Like I kind of want to drop the, but then it's like Cat Cafe, and I'm just like,
Cat Cafe is cute though.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know, it's recognizable. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all around like the theming. Like I need to be like go all in with like cat cafes, coffee drinks, things like that.
That would be so cute.
I think I'm working on it. I go through a rebrand every quarter. Like I have like a rebrand crisis.
No, honestly, that is like a straight mood. But I think like yours is so interesting because most people like they make the Twitch username, then they name the Discord after it. But you went the other way where you did the Discord name, but you made it your Twitch name.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with my brain.
It's cute. It's cute.
Okay, well, thank you for the affirmation. That's all that matters. Your opinion's the only one that matters because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, that's a scary bar to be hauled up to.
Okay. So speaking of like Discord and building a community, like everyone starts from zero.
Yeah.
Right. So like, what are some of like the key things that you learned from your journey and building this community?
I would say one, band out all the weirdos because I feel like, especially if you're a smaller creator, you feel pressure to like accommodate everybody because it's like, I totally get it. If you have like 3 viewers on Twitch, which I had for a year and a half of my first beginning of streaming.
I'm still there, girl.
Okay, we all go.
It's actually better. I actually hit 10. I hit double digits.
I'm like, I feel like
we're moving up.
It's your mom, your sister's me.
No, it's ever since I started playing Love and Deep Space. We'll talk about that later. Okay, but yes, community.
Yes.
How did you build it?
Not a community of husbands. Well, making a Discord server when you're early into your streaming career, people think like, oh, I need to wait till I'm huge for it. No. You can make it a lot earlier. Yeah. So you can start collecting people in your Discord, like a cat like people. But also ban the weirdos out because like, again, when you have 3 viewers and you ban one person out, you literally lose 33% of your viewer base, which feels really bad. But it is for the overall betterment of your community. Like there was one time I raided a girl. She was like an active member of my community at the time. And I don't remember her username anymore. I wish I did. So I can kind of like peep it and see how she's doing. Yeah. But rated her. She has like 10 viewers. One bro is modded and he is so obnoxious because like mods can't get spam privileges. Like they don't get like the spam restriction that regular chatters have. So he was like spamming out the raid messages from 100-person raid in her stream. Like he somehow managed to message more than people could send the raid message. And he was backseating her and stuff like that. And like she looked kind of uncomfortable and he was like talking over her in chat somehow. He managed to do that. And he basically drove everyone away. And I was trying to suck it up because I was like, oh no, I felt so bad for her. He got really annoyed because I left too. They do like one bad person does so much damage for your community. So that's one. Also, don't be dumb. So like me, for some reason, like my Discord was a personal Discord that I then turned into my stream Discord. Bad idea. Realized later I doxed the hell out of myself in that Discord server. In Gen Chat, which like you could scroll all the way up and see it because it was all my friends. They all knew where I lived. So I was sending like freaking screenshots of Google Maps and stuff of my bus routes.
Yeah, that's that I didn't even know you could go back that far on messages and
stuff. I didn't know that either.
Okay.
And then I found out somebody in my Discord like replied to a message from 2020. And I was like,
how did you find that? Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a second here. Cause I remember I was sending some Google Maps stuff in there. And I was like, I didn't even realize that was searchable.
Yeah.
So thankfully I don't live there now in that location, but I was like, oh no, that's bad. That's quite bad.
Yeah. So would you say like, that's probably like the biggest thing that you learned from streaming is just like overall streamer safety and like, Discord, like what are some other like tips that you have from the mistakes that you faced?
So many streamer safety. Like one, oh my god, from myself, my own experience, I'm experiencing with friends. Like one, if you raid, it doesn't end your stream.
Yes.
I've done that where I like was staying on stream and then I was talking smack about somebody. Dude, look, I was like 19.
Yeah. You just kept going.
It wasn't that mean, but I was like, oh, like this person's kind of annoying. Like, I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. You know, like in call with a friend. And then they were there and I was like, oh shoot. I was like, Nar. I know somebody who got changed.
Okay.
Rated and didn't end stream.
Wait.
Changed.
Stop. Cam on? Not even
cam
ending?
They didn't.
Kill
they
me
forgot.
Right now.
Yeah. It's bad.
No.
It was never clipped or circulated from any of our knowledge because we literally like went and dug around afterwards. We're like, oh no, this is really bad. Didn't find anything. But yeah, that's a really big one. 2, make sure you know what scene you're streaming because I forgot ones that entered my credit card info live on stream. Because I didn't. I was like really early in my streaming career too, and that's why I stole my credit card info and bought $900 of stuff from Newegg.
No.
I thankfully was able to like cancel it because there was this fraud. And I had to cancel my entire card because I'm an idiot. But like when I talk about this on TikTok, people are like, you're so dumb. Obviously, I know you shouldn't stream a credit card info, but I didn't realize it was streaming that screen.
Yeah.
Like I thought I had swapped it. so that it wasn't my freaking League of Legends. I was playing in skins in League. Yeah, it's so dope. But I didn't realize it was streaming that screen.
Yeah.
So then I doxed the credit card info.
Yeah.
People can hear, like, based on how you type, people can guess what the password is if they know how many letters it is, because they can hear the sound of the pacing of the keys and stuff. That is something.
Oh my God.
A lot of your information is public. A lot, especially if your full name is public. You will be surprised how people can find information about you on white pages, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Not even just you, your family members. Because if you have family members that are very, very careless about their safety, it will fall back on you. Because as long as people know their name and they know you're related, and they can probably guess that maybe your last names are similar or the same or something like that, they can find out that information. And then also, when you're going outside, don't post wherever you are until you left.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, people are weird.
That's a big one. Yeah, people are definitely weird.
That's the biggest one. Like, literally, like,
geotagging and everything.
Yeah, I feel like as normal people, you don't think twice, but you don't, like, the weird people, which they're a small minority, but the lengths they go to be weird is wild. Like, you can't even imagine what people are going to be doing until you get into that position. You're like, where did you cook this up from? Like, it's wild. I got a guy asking for feet pics and sending me money for like the last 2 years, having like a one-sided convo with himself on both of my Instagram accounts.
And you never did.
He keeps being like, "What's your PayPal? Let me send your money." And low key, I'm like tempted. Like, you're so dedicated at this point. Like, he actually might be legit. It's been a minute.
Yeah, like I always get curious, and I'm just like, how much money you got? Like, let me see. Oh man. Okay. So one thing I noticed, or one thing that you've talked about on your TikTok, was like basically TikTok was one of the main drivers of your stream, because you said like what you were doing 3 viewers average for a year. Yeah. So what was that like? Like, you know, leveraging TikTok and then just seeing those numbers grow.
Yeah, it was like wild to me. Wild, because like never had internet fame. Yeah. When I was younger, I was like trying, I was trying to be like an Instagram artist. I couldn't make enough art to like keep the posting cadence up, because I was doing semi-realism, and those pieces take a long time. Yeah. So, and I was in school. I could only post like once every couple of days at best. So I was like, I can't post enough to like get a following, because I can't make art fast enough. And then like my YouTube channels never took off. So I was like, whatever. And so I was like, like, I'm bored during COVID. Let me go download an app because I want to make slideshows of my boyfriend and I together. And I couldn't find any other photo editor. So I downloaded freaking TikTok so I could make these edits. And then I would scroll.
Was it TikTok or was it Musical.ly at the time?
It was TikTok.
It was TikTok?
It was actually TikTok.
I remember the Musical.ly like shift, and that was insane.
I actually used Musical.ly once.
Ooh.
How long ago? For more photo slides. And then I uninstalled it because I was done, right? I made the photo slides. I was good. But then I started scrolling on the page, and I was like, yo, wait, these League of Legends TikTokers are funny as hell. Yeah. And I was like, I was so inspired. I was like, I want to make videos. I want to make skits. And in my first video, so terrified, I had to hold my phone with 2 hands because I was like shaking. Yeah. Shaking. And I uploaded it, and I was so scared. Yeah. And I got like 180 views, and I was like blown away. I was like, oh my God, 180 people watch my video. Yeah. And then saw the League skits, posted League of Legends skits every single day because I was at home bored, and it was during COVID. Yeah. So I was a League skit TikToker. And then somebody was like, I was like streaming League of Legends, and people were coming over from like, some people, like every once in a while, were coming over from my TikTok over to my Twitch, and it went from like 3 viewers to 6 to 12.
And this was before there was streaming on TikTok. So
way before. This was
organically making the effort to jump to your Twitch.
This was 2020, like mid 2020. And then people were like, how did you grow on Twitch so fast? So I made like a video about it, and it didn't really do well. So I was like, whatever. And then I made like another POV video about like my experience on Twitch, and that one blew up. It was like my first viral video. It got like 200K at the time, which like in that time was like so good because nobody was really using TikTok. And then I was like, yo, I'm just gonna go like head first into the streamer advice stuff. Yeah. And I started posting it like 3 times a day. And I've basically been posting 3 times a day since. So I started December 2020, 3 times a day. And then I blew up on TikTok from it. I was gaining like 40K a month. And then I got Twitch partner like 2 months after that. Oh my God. Because they were like flooding. I remember one time, it was crazy because I was like in December 2020, I was like stuck at the 50 viewer mark, which like super privileged to be stuck there, right? That's like a tour of 2 years.
That's like the plateau, right?
Yeah, a lot of streamers on a complete side note, like when they're pushing for partner, when they hit 50 viewers, they immediately get a big jump, because if you average 50, at most points of your stream, you're actually going to be above 50. You're going to be like 60, 65, 70. And people will see that and they'll rage you, because they'll be like, wait, you're so close. You're so close. We're going to rage you. If you can't make partner by like a couple months window, a lot of the people, like the momentum is lost, they leave, and then you get stuck at a 50. It's kind of like jail for a lot of streamers, which kind of sucks. But I was like stuck at 50 for like a month, and I was like frustrated because I was like, I was growing so quickly.
You're so close.
And I was like, I'm so close. And then one day I just opened my stream, and I remember this was January 19th, 2021. Like, I remember the day.
Okay.
And all of a sudden my chat was going so fast I couldn't catch up. And I was so confused. I literally thought somebody was like botting me.
Yeah.
It took me 2 hours to catch up the chat that first day. And I look and I organically averaged like 120 viewers. And I was like, huh?
Yeah. And that's through TikTok.
It was through my TikTok videos all blowing up. Yeah. Like for some reason, I guess that day, everybody just hopped over to Twitch, like just for some reason. Boop. But yeah, blew my mind. And then I got Twitch partner like a month and a half later.
That is amazing and insane, and the right way to use TikTok, especially for a streamer, because I see a lot of people including myself. I shouldn't take this advice to myself. But like, yeah, I see a lot of people, like I get a lot of Valorant clips and like a lot of like gaming clips and stuff. And then some, now that you can stream on TikTok and Twitch, I feel like it's just a lot easier for people to jump over. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, it's still kind of like not working for some folks. Like I've seen like definitely how you have leveraged TikTok was really smart, because you're offering streamer advice. I think you did some like gameplay, right? You said you did the league stuff.
I was originally a league creator, and then I also streamed a lot of Valorant back then too.
And then there was another, like when TikTok did introduce live streaming, you weren't directly like streaming your stream from TikTok or Twitch. I think it was just filming yourself.
It was just my cam,
right? So what was like the strategy there of like having different views of your stream?
Well, because at the time you couldn't stream your stream. You couldn't actually stream your Twitch over. Like people would do like various funky things.
Like they point it at
they would point at their screen and they have like a piece of paper above their face, try to like, because TikTok Studio wasn't a thing. Like no, there weren't any OBS plugins that could do it. But also my other thing was like, hey, if you want the full experience, come to Twitch, right? Like here you get a snippet of like what the Twitch stream would look like. It's where it's fun. Come over here. You can actually see the screen here. Yay. Yeah. So it's kind of like that. That's what I typically like recommend for social media platforms, to not give people everything on a platform. Like you need, basically I call it like a push and pull, right? You need to push people to a platform. This is you like putting call to actions, actively telling people, hey, come over to my Twitch, putting like a link in the caption of the video, like, like a username, stuff like that. The pull method, the pull side of it is like the appeal, what gets people to come over. So if we think about it like a boba shop, I don't know, right? Like the push is again like somebody telling you, or like public marketing being like, oh, come over to our boba shop, The pull factor is, hey, we got a Labubu giveaway happening over here, so if you got to come over for a Labubu giveaway, right? That's like enticing people to come in. So if you give people everything on one platform, they have no reason to go over to your other platform,
right?
So that's what I was like, that should be the difference between your platform. So you actually give people a reason to come over, so they can get like different perspectives. So like with the Twitch versus the TikTok, if the TikTok live stream is perfect, then people don't want to come over to Twitch because it's already great. Like,
right. And
there's no reason to.
Yeah, at that point you're just splitting your audience.
Yeah. You also can't have it suck. No one's gonna watch it in that case. But you do need to give them a reason to come in. So other things possibly could be like, oh, like you can get a great mobile viewing experience on TikTok. If you want to play with me on stream, you have to come over to Twitch. Something like that. So that's a good reason to come over.
Has there ever been an idea or like any piece of content or a stream that you did that you thought would be an amazing, mind-blowing idea, but then just completely flopped?
Honestly, to be fair, I don't think I do have something like that.
All your ideas are bangers.
No, it's just I would say I don't view things as necessarily like fails. It's more like a learning experience. I don't take any failures personally, and my memory is so short, I don't remember anyway, so it's fine. I've definitely had things where like I think the viewership could have been more, or that it could have been more successful. But honestly, the only person to fault is me, because at the end of the day, it's all about marketing, and I didn't market it well enough.
Yeah.
So
you kind of just like let it move on. If it like tanks, you just keep going.
More marketing. That's it.
Wow. Okay. So you still currently do Twitch and TikTok. Would you say those are your like main platforms, or have you taken on anything else?
YouTube, probably. I post once a day on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes, you did. No, this is not even recent. You started your YouTube channel about a year or 2 years ago.
I started my YouTube channel probably in 2020, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
But then,
and then
I rebranded it
right, the rebrand.
year ago.
It was like
Year and a half ago.
Yes, and now it's Cat and Chat.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So what do you post on there?
I post like art drama and scams and stuff like that. So I think today's video is like somebody copying somebody else for a book. No, today's video is, and I talk about Gen AI.
Okay.
So, but like in it, like its negative uses. So today's video was Riot Games posting a video that is very, very, very Gen AI with a Gen AI, very, very AI song. And they are trying to claim that it's not.
That's
and it's
crazy.
like, yo, dude, the arms are bugging out. Like one frame she has 2 arms, next frame she's got no arms, next frame her arms are back. Like, hey, it's a bit odd, just admit it.
Yeah,
so stuff like that.
So what made you want to go into that space?
Honestly, because I like art, I consume a lot of drama videos. I consume a lot of commentary drama videos. And I was like, yo, I just want to like yap about this because like I feel like nobody's talking about this stuff. And then I seem to have not accidentally, I guess, but like discovered a niche that is not really popular or not very covered.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was one of the first thoughts that I had when I discovered your rebrand for your channel. That at first I thought it was like purely just VTuber.
The thing is, it's actually not. It's just because VTubers are very predominantly art-based because their model is artwork. So as a result, a lot of art drama just tends to involve VTubers because of that.
Is it hard doing like a commentary or drama channel? Like, would you say it's more difficult compared to like streaming or making videos on TikTok?
I actually think it's a bit less so because it's more of like react content than obviously like you have to like do some back end research depending on the piece that you're talking about, etc. But it's a lot more like reactive, whereas like TikTok videos and like the educational YouTube videos is heavily scripted, where like it's like a tutorial, you got to get all these angles, this, that, and the third. So I don't actually view it as higher effort.
It's just something that you're already like passionate about, almost like your own podcast. You just
kind of
just talk, cover.
This is like stuff I talk to my friends about.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, did you see this like bookmark thief that like stole this other girl's bookmark idea and was trying to claim it as their own?
Yeah.
Like I already talked to my friends about it, so I was like, well, just talk to the camera about it too.
And so do you stream this? Then it goes on YouTube?
I cut it from my streams.
So smart.
I used to not do that. And I still don't for some pieces. Some pieces are too NSFW to do on Twitch. Yeah. Because it needs like a heavily censor. Because if it's an NSFW artist, well, can't really show that on stream. I'm just gonna have my editor censor like all the boobage.
Yeah, you can't show the tits of ass.
I know. I'm gonna get in trouble. Trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's my thing.
Yeah, honestly, that's why I really, really like streaming is because you pretty much can stream for like 6-8 hours, whatever. But then if you're intentional about it, you can get a lot of like footage for like clip farming and like YouTube videos and stuff. So that's why like at first I'd be like, I used to be so tired from streaming. I'm like, damn, but it's my own fault. I'm not doing anything with the videos. That's when it's like a kind of a waste of time. That's spicy, but like, yeah, I think that part is just so important for like content creation. So you're on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch primarily, right?
And Instagram.
How do you balance all of that? Like, what is your content schedule looking like?
It's such a mess. Like, I feel like I can't actually balance it all, to be honest. One platform will always end up taking a backburner on accident. Sometimes it's TikTok, sometimes it's Instagram, sometimes it's kind of like a cycle between. I try to make my process as easy as possible. So for YouTube and Twitch, it's double dipping. So I stream on Twitch and then my editor goes and cuts everything for YouTube and edits it and then uploads it directly to my channel as a privated video. And then I go and make the thumbnail. For Instagram, it's a lot of reposts for my TikTok. I always make sure the video goes first on TikTok and then it gets reposted to my Instagram. Reason being is TikTok implemented like a repost checker thing. Yeah, where it can like, if your video is recycled and now we'll kind of flag it as unoriginal content. And it's like within the TikTok platform, but still I try to like keep TikTok as like the newest or like the freshest piece, especially also because it is my biggest audience there. Keeping that. I film low budget videos. So currently the trend on TikTok is like low effort videos where you talk to the camera for a long time with a really catchy hook. Like, I don't know, they're in their car and they're like, come to my makeup with me as I tell you about my a 35-year-old husband that cheated on me with a 21-year-old. Or something like that. Like, those types of videos. Or the really, really heavily edited film-esque videos. And the thing is, I think you just have to be like aware of your limitations. And my limitations are time and filming ability. I'm not a good filmmaker. I can do the bare minimum that you need for a passable, okay quality video. Call it a day there. So I'm like, this is not my strong suit. So we'll call it a day. I'll sneak in those videos every once in a while. And then again, try to make everything easier for you. So when I film my videos, I try, and I'm not always able to do this, but I try to edit the videos, and I film in the TikTok app. I try to edit immediately, like in the TikTok app, so the videos are ready to post. Instagram, I will download my videos in one go, park them all into my Instagram drafts and already with captions ready. And then every single day I can just post 3. And they're already all ready to post. So all I need to do is remember to hit post.
Oh, okay.
And then YouTube Shorts is all scheduled content.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I feel like that's a schedule. That's a calendar, girl.
It's a lot. And the thing is, like, a lot of people, they are like, which is, I completely understand. They're all like, well, content creating is so easy. Just push videos and get money. Yay. And like, it is a very, very like desirable job. And that's completely true. And I'm very grateful to have it as a job. But it is a lot of moving parts that I feel like you don't realize all these moving parts exist until you actually do the job.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, wait, what do you mean you have to post like 8 videos a day plus a 4-hour live stream plus respond to all of these emails plus film an ad, at least one ad video, and attend an event later the week, you know, like all of a sudden, oh, that's actually very little free time you got there when you add everything together.
And a lot of creators do this with a very minimal team. If they don't have a team, they're doing the same thing, just them. That is insane. So yeah, when people are just like, oh, I want to be a full-time content creator, or they don't want to work a 9 to 5, like, I'm like,
you end up working 24/7.
You end up working 24/7 in any sort of like self-employment kind of field. So it's a trade-off for doing what you love. You know, it shouldn't feel like work, I guess. I don't know. I feel
for
like
the most part it doesn't. Really.
Yeah, for the most part it doesn't, until there are like projects that come around and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Deadlines. No. So have you ever, throughout this journey, you've done this for like how many years now? You said 7?
Yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch for almost 7 years.
7 years, 8 years. So was there ever a time where you experienced like burnout? Like you were ready to be done, or you took a long break?
Oh yeah. I would say last year? Last year, January. Oh, I was cooked. I was fried. I was so burnt out. I was like, this sucks. I'm so dead. I'm crashing out. I thought I quit my full-time job to go into full-time content in 2022. I actually quit 2023. So I've only actually been full-time content creator for 2 years. This whole time for like the last 6 months, I've been telling people it's been 3 years. So
I mean, you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, I literally am like jaded now. It's all like blended together. Then I literally today was on the bus editing a freaking cringe slideshow TikTok video of my boyfriend and I again. The first reason I downloaded TikTok in the first place was for that. And now I was doing it again. I was like, uh-oh, wait a sec. Why do these timestamps of photos of me at the job say 2023 and not 2022? And I was like, ruh-roh. But yeah, like the thing is I was doing full-time content creation and a full-time job at the same time for like a year at least. That is like, I was working like 16 hours a day.
That's a lot.
Every single day, including weekends. Like weekends would just be like me doing my content and stuff. And so the year after, January 2024, 6 months after I quit my job, I was dying because all the like build up stress from like juggling everything would caught up to me. I crashed down and read like 12 books in that 1 month. I was like, I'm done. I'm just gonna read. I made like the least amount of money ever that month. And that's the downside of being a creator, because like you don't make any money if you don't work. And like, if you have a salaried job, you know, it has its pros and cons, because I used to have a salary job and it's like, well, you could take some days off. You don't do anything, still get paid. Downside is salary job. They can also make your hours whatever the fuck they want to make your hours, and you still only get the same paycheck, which also blows.
Which blows. On the salary job.
It's the pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
I was there. I get it. But low key, I'm like going through the middle of a burnout crisis again, which I was actually like film some videos about. I think it'd be interesting. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
There's just so much on my plate with the last couple of months where like June, I worked every single day of June up until the first 10 days of July as well. Like,
wow.
Or I pulled 2 back-to-back all-nighters to try to finish it. Like,
wasn't
another
that day
job.
at VidCon?
VidCon was in the middle of all of this.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think you told me that you had to do it. It wasn't a stream. It was a YouTube video or something.
It was a 50-hour YouTube video that was cut down.
50.
It was my bad because I pitched it. That was my pitch. But it was like a 50-hour recording that had to be cut down for a video that ended up being a 2-hour video for a game that, the game Dinkum?
Yes.
It was for Dinkum.
Oh,
I love Dinkum. So it
was fun.
God, like, if it wasn't for the fact I had to pull the 2 all-nighters, I would have loved filming it. And I did love filming it, but 6 hours in, my eyes were glazing a little bit. I was like, ooh. It was because I was also in the middle of a move and all of this and that and the third. Like took like a week and a half off in July, bam, immediately back up again. So like all the last week I got 4 hours of sleep, came back to LA. I actually got a little bit of sleep in LA, back again. So
oh my God.
in the middle of it right now.
Yeah.
Which again, I feel like the problem is like to talk about this online, publicly on my TikTok page, everybody in the comments are always like, you're so ungrateful. Da, 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 da. And it's like, very grateful for this job. Yeah. The hours are sometimes insane.
It's like literally, chat, you're the ones that are ungrateful. What do you mean? I did not have to be on your screen today.
It's true. I made the video for you.
Yeah. Oh my God, that sucks.
Yeah. So like, well, I'm really happy. Like at the end of the day, I always like tell myself, or this is like me personally, I love being busy. Yeah. I would much rather be busy and have all these things to do, because all the stuff to do means I'm getting paid, which is great. Right. When I have nothing to do, I'm not getting paid, which is not very great. So very grateful for all of this, but at the same time, it is very taxing. And I do want to do my hobbies, which have not really had time for them, but it's okay.
Yeah. So what hobbies do you enjoy?
Recently, well, I've been reading a lot. I've been reading a lot since last year, and I love it. And I started crocheting this year, so I'm in the middle of I crochet 2 rows I'm trying to make a top.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah, I made arm warmers, which I didn't bring, and then I was gonna make a matching top for the arm warmers. And if I had extra yarn, like you're gonna start fashion. Side note, I used to sew, and my mom heard me on stream talking about wanting to sew again. When she came to visit me in LA, she had like an extra sewing machine. And she brought it down. She bought it on a whim for a sale because she's a big sucker for sales. And she was like, "Oh, I've never used this." And so she drove it down with like a bunch. She went to Hobby Lobby and bought me a bunch of stuff. And I'm like,
so sweet.
Yeah. So I just need to film an ad video for a desk, and then the sewing machine's supposed to go on the desk, because right now there's no room for the sewing machine because there's no desk in the room for a sewing machine.
Nice.
That's my plan down the line. Y2K fashion.
Yes. I'm here for it. I will be waiting anxiously for it. With tackling like burnout and stuff, you kind of mentioned like the signs, right? Of when you're like starting to, suffer a little when you're cooked. What are some of the things that you do to like avoid experiencing complete burnout?
I would say honestly, well, right now I need to take my own advice on this one, but this is what I did the last time when I saw it kind of rearing its ugly head, is disconnecting from everything and like literally going back to doing things that you enjoy, like reading, because I feel like a lot of times with burnout, well, one of the signs is that like you're not as interested in what you're doing anymore. Like you're not like the thing that used to bring you joy, which for me is content creating, isn't bringing you any joy anymore. And if that is happening, that's fine. Your content creation, I always tell people, your content creation career is a very long one. You're gonna be here for a very long time. I've taken breaks before my streaming. Like when I first started streaming, I took a whole bunch of breaks, came back, still managed to get Twitch partner. We're fine. Yeah. I've gone over a month breaks from Twitch, still came back, still fine. Well, your content creation career is a long gun. You can go take a break. You can go chill. Keeping in touch with the hobbies, I feel like is really real. Like I feel like if you go too long without doing like hobby things that you just personally enjoy, you start going a little insane. Yeah. Yeah. Because you get a little bit too disconnected. Also seeing friends. I used to like, this was the problem the first time I burned out, because I didn't have time to see friends. This sounds so bad, and I don't recommend anybody do this. Okay. I would have 1 day a month that I would free up for friends. And
one day a month?
Yeah. Cat. And I would try to slot people in onto that 1 day, and that's it. And I just wouldn't see people again till the next month.
Like appointment system? Like
kind of, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm very grateful to my friends who stuck with me through all of that, because it was rough. But it was the way I looked at it was, I was like, there's like a saying in Chinese which basically translates to eat shit when you're young and live good when you're old. That is like basically the translation.
I was not expecting that. That's the translation. Go on.
That's like what I live by though, because that's the way I was looking at it. I was like, I'm gonna need to like get my elbows deep in the mud and like get in and grind really hard so that I can settle my career at a point where I can chill a little bit more.
Right.
I think that was a big one. Also think about like what is exactly burning you out about your content creation career and how can you fix it? Like if you're getting burnt out because you have all this backlog and you need to edit, can we get an editor that takes the pain point of content creating away from you so that you can focus more on doing what you actually like? Because there's going to be parts of the process you don't like, you know? And doing that, I think, also helped. So me getting my editor also took a lot of burden off my shoulders because I hate editing. I hate it. Like, I love creative editing, but like having to edit like
the rough cut.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8 videos a day. Like, I cannot do that.
Yeah.
So
I'm the exact same way. I'll film a video. I will do all the creative edits. But when it comes to the initial cuts, like cutting out the pauses, the awkwardness, where every time you messed up and you restart.
Oh, by the way, I found that from my editor because again, there's also people who are just better at you than doing things, and I just suck at editing too because I don't like it. Yeah, there's an extension in Premiere Pro that can do that for you. I need to ask him again what this extension is, but there literally is one. It doesn't do like the best cuts. There'll be like a little bit in the beginning and end, but you can work with that.
Honestly, anything helps.
Yeah, there's like literally an extension for Premiere, and I need to go find it again.
No, honestly, the day that text-based editing came out, I was like, oh, thank fucking God. I can edit. I can edit an essay, an email, whatever. But you can only tell so much from the waveforms. Like on your clips, I know when I repeated something when the waveform is like the exact same pattern. And that's kind of like how I edit. But yeah, I hate scrubbing through and just, especially with streams. I did a 10-hour live stream one night. I had to edit it down for TikTok and I was like, this sucks ass.
Do you use the stream markers?
I do use the stream markers. For that one I did. Because I knew already. And because originally I was going to just keep clipping, but I was like, I don't got time for that.
No,
I don't have time for that.
Those are the most tedious, like cutting the VOD down. Yeah. It's not the fun edits. It's the draining ones.
Right. I did get an editor specifically for Twitch. Bless. Lauren, if you're watching this, thank you so much. But yeah, I agree with you. Like outsourcing the parts that you absolutely despise will help.
It helps
with
so
burnout and appreciating the process. Like I still edit my YouTube videos, but like with stream, when I knew I was going to start streaming on Twitch, I was like, I can't do double the work. So I'm like, smart girl. Okay, so we talked about your burnout, how you're recovering. I really hope you recover well and soon and get to crocheting and reading soon. Take your breaks.
It's just a lot of events. The problem is also like, this is a me problem, but I have not even FOMO. I don't even call it FOMO. It's that when I hear fun things, I get really excited and I want to do the fun things because it sounds fun. And then I sign up for a lot of fun things and I get tired because it's a lot of fun things.
Honestly,
I don't know how to say no because I get so excited and I'm like, yay.
For me, it's when someone catches me on a good day. And then they ask.
Oh my God, when you get that,
when I'm in a good ass mood and someone asks me for a project a month in advance, I will be like, yeah, what am I doing in a month? And then the month comes up and I'm like, oh no, what did I do?
That was literally me yesterday at 3 a.m. on a fucking whim being like, I'm going to be an actor. Yay.
Oh yeah. Well, I even tell the podcast, like, what were you?
I decided that I want to be an actor. Ooh. I don't know where this idea came from because you know most people who want to be an actor, they've been dreaming about being an actor. My freaking lizard brain was like, it sounds fun. That's literally how I operate my entire life. If it sounds fun, I will do it. And if it's a bad idea later, I'm like, oops. Well, anyways, moving on. Being an actor sounded fun. And I want to do commercial acting. I'm not as interested in like film acting. Got backstage, paid $25 for it. And I was like, yay, let me go sign up for a bunch of ads. Signed up for like 10 of them. And then I got like an email today. I don't know if it's an ad. I don't know if it's like a sponsorship because I went on a whim and signed up for like 15 of those last night too. So I have no idea, but it was like, congrats, you're accepted. Next step, send a PDF. And I don't know what it's for. So we will find out because I signed up for too many things.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they also all have conflicting dates. I'm just assuming some will like reject me. We'll find out.
See what happens.
The lizard brain. I always call it the parasite on my brain. It just takes over and it's like, you're going to try this today. It's a great idea, I swear.
Yeah. So does this happen to you a lot? Like, are there any projects that you signed up that were like, maybe that wasn't such a great decision?
Oh yeah, I have so many stories of bad ideas.
What's like the worst one, the most iconic worst one, the worst poor decision?
Well, I don't really think anything, like this is just how I operate in life, but I don't think anything is like the worst or like bad or whatever.
It's the best story.
Yeah, I have some just like funky ones. So like when I was at college, I was broke and I was like, let me go on Craigslist and go on the Craigslist gigs to go find gigs to go get money. And some of them end up being in shady ass spots. Like under some, like behind some like underpass in San Francisco and stuff like that. I would like BART at night over. Sometimes it happened at night.
At night?
Yeah.
Girl.
I was in college. Like, oh God, my parents, if they hear this, they're gonna be like, what the hell are you doing? But there was like one, no idea what it was for. They kept asking me to come back. Every single time it was $50 and I would have to commute there. So the commute would be like $5, busing one way in the back. It was for like some motion tracking thing that I have no idea, but they just make me stand there and they would make me like move around and stuff like that. And like the software would all be like blocked out, like the hardware would all be like blocked out so that nothing was identifiable in these like white boxes and stuff. And then sometimes they would come in for like audio tests and like read scripts. I did it like 5, 6, 7 times. No idea what it's for. The crazy part is I'll never know.
What?
Yeah, they don't tell you. They're like they'll give you some vague info. It's like for a big household tech brand, they want we are seeking testers to make sure the software is looking good. We're just looking for people between 18 and 30 who are like healthy adults who can like stand our. And I'm like, cool, $50. Jimmy.
So were you just doing that on the rotation?
That's been one of them. I've done that. I've done like a bunch of other random stuff because again, sounded fun / I wanted money.
Yeah.
Just crazy. One time I had the idea where I want to start a jewelry brand and I bought a bunch of jewelry and did the whole branding kit and everything in it.
Ooh.
Spent like $300 on it and then I never did anything with it because I lost motivation like a week later.
That seems...
The ADHD parasites are quite loud sometimes. It's a bit unfortunate.
So reflecting on that time in your life, would you ever go through that again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What? I feel like it makes for good stories.
Yeah.
That's like what I live for. I live for
Good
things that are
stories.
fun. And then if it fucks up, they make for funny stories later.
Literally. Hence the inspiration and birth of this podcast. We're here to tell all of the funny stories and what we learned from them.
I look back and I'm like, bro, what were you doing? I don't know.
So what did you learn from this Craigslist hustle that you're in?
Honestly, I learned that like for the most part, saying yes to things honestly is like pretty freaking good, right? Because it's like recently I did a YouTube shoot, which like can't really say on camera what the shoot is. Right. I can tell you off camera, but because the video isn't out yet. Yeah. But literally they sent me an email and they're like, yeah, we're looking for like to cast somebody for this YouTube channel. Something like that. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down. No idea. And they later gave me some information. And I was like, what you're pitching to me doesn't sound like any of the content on this channel.
Yeah.
I'm down. And then I thought it was like 2 hours away. I was planning to drive 2 hours. I went all the way out there, did the shoot. Took a lot longer than I thought, but it was a really fun shoot. I really enjoyed the shoot. Came back. They paid me like $300. I didn't expect to get paid at all. I literally just did it for the memes. Okay. They promised to come travel. And I was like, I didn't even expect you guys to do that, but thanks.
Okay.
And then they said, like at the day before, they're like, oh, the stipend's like $300. I assumed they have $300 to split amongst all of us for travel. Okay. They Venmoed me like $300 like a couple days later, and after the shoot, I was like, what the fuck? Okay, yay! Yeah, that's half a camera right there. Woo.
Yeah, money, content.
Yeah. Let's say yes to things. But it pisses my boyfriend off because I'll say yes to all these things, all these events, and I'll be like, you want to come with me? He's like, sure. Who's going? And what is the event? And I can't answer either question.
Just come along. Trust me.
Yeah, he's like, who's going to be there? I was like, you know what? I have no idea. And he was like, did they tell you? And I was like, nope. And he was like, did you ask? And I said, oh, I didn't even think about asking, actually. And he was like, what's the event? I don't know. Sounded cool. He was like, how long is it? Where is it? And I'm like, I can't answer any of these. It just sounded great.
I'd be so stressed out if I was your boyfriend.
No, he gets so stressed out because
especially
I never know anything.
Did he drive?
No, this was okay. A lot of the events I go to myself because like he's more introverted, more homebody type. Yeah. I'm very like, let me go out and do things. But there are times where I try to drag him to events and he's literally like, sure, but who's going? You don't know any information about this.
You know, to be fair, during VidCon, you did drag me out to a couple things that
what did I drag you to?
You dragged me to the Twitch party and then at VidCon. Yeah, I've never been. And then like we like just hung out like all of VidCon. I got to meet all your fans.
That Twitch one was so last minute too. She literally DM'd me the night before. Yeah. About it. I was like, sounds fun.
And that moment I was just like, just say yes. Yeah. I did the thing and I had so much fun. It was great. Yeah, I wouldn't have known about Love and Deep Space.
Now look at you. Yeah, I remember now because Lily and I were selling you so hard on Love and Deep Space.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what you guys were trying to guess.
We were guessing each other's like husband.
Yeah, who was yours? She's Raphael.
I'm a Silas girly.
You're Silas.
Silas and Caleb.
And then who did you guys were also trying to guess mine, but I can't remember who you guys suggested.
Shit. Actually, no.
Okay.
Who did I suggest for you?
Who do I look like?
I do not think you're Silas. I also do not. Okay, now you're laughing. So now I'm like,
this is like a side note.
Yeah. You don't give me Silas, and you also, did I say Raphael? Okay, let me see. Because Zane is a kind of like a cold-hearted doctor, a little bit more aloof, but I don't think Zane. You kind of remind me of my friend who's an Xavier girly.
I think that's who you guys guessed.
I think,
Lock it in.
let me see. Or Caleb, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the older, like the...
You haven't watched my streams yet.
No, I actually have not seen your Local Deep Space stream, so I actually don't know this. Like, I see you post about it afterwards, but you're like talking about like the stream, you know? So you never mentioned like the guy.
Okay, yes, because I give away everything.
I actually think you're Caleb. I'm gonna lock in Caleb as final answer.
You're locking in Caleb.
Yeah, I'm locking in Caleb.
Okay. The answer is Caleb. No. Oh, fuck. Caleb is the farthest person on my.
I got so excited for a second.
First from the bottom.
Really?
Well, I finished the main story. I didn't really finish all of like the other memories and stuff. So I
actually didn't finish the story yet.
You didn't? Okay. So after the story with no context of all the memories, I was kind of like, I don't like him.
He was your number one.
Caleb was front runner for a long time though. I'll give you that. Until I got to his story and I was like, ew, get away.
You know, maybe I'm like a Caleb's second girly, but I didn't finish the story. So this actually might change now.
Yeah. It was I was very sad on stream. I was like, no, he's a weirdo. I did not find him hot on his chapter. I was more scared. I'm actually Silas number one right now.
Really?
Yeah. Silas. Yeah. It was locked in between him, Caleb, and Zane.
Those are my three for the longest time too.
Yes. And then Caleb went straight to the bottom. And then Zane, because of the main story, because of the end, he went to like number 3. He dropped to 3. And Raphael became number 2, I think. And then Xavier, and then Silas was last man standing. So
Silas. We love Silas.
I love him. He's amazing.
What?
I
didn't clock you.
It's the story. You have to finish the story.
I did not finish the story.
Like, did you get to where are you with the story?
So I might have skipped a little bit and I started doing Silas' story.
Yeah.
I skipped around. But then I only did like 4 episodes of his story because it started like the timeline conflicts a bit, I think, with the main story. Right. So I was like, let me finish the main story. But then I got busy. Yeah. And I want to listen to my wish lines. So I didn't have time to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Silas gets a second arc later on. That,
you know what? So
solidified it for me.
So that's always like my ranking for you. I'm ranking with like not even enough information because I didn't finish any of the shit.
Yeah. You need to finish the story. It changes. And Silas is like, yes. It's the one. Podcast, chat. If you don't know what we're talking about this game called Love in Deep Space. It's a mobile game. You should totally check it out.
I'm glad we sold you on this game. You were very like,
I don't know. And then I forgot about it for 2 weeks, but it was on the back of my mind, and I was like, okay, I'm doing it. Yes. The hinge trenches was so bad that I
know you come a little bit,
and now I don't need it.
Exactly.
I'm chilling.
Yeah, 2D men.
Yeah,
they do so much more for you.
That's fine. Yeah, exactly. Like Silas remembers when my period is.
Exactly. I'm just trying to.
We sound crazy.
I'm trying to sell everybody that I know on Love in Deep Space.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
It's a great game.
Yes. Okay, so before we end, I have some rapid fire questions for you.
Yeah.
So first, what is your go-to stream snack?
Boba.
Okay, besides that,
Cheetos.
Cheetos,
but eating it with chopsticks.
Are they hot Cheetos? Regular
Cheetos. I don't like lime or lemon. I don't. And hot Cheetos have a very like limey flavor to them.
We were almost the same, but yes, boba, Cheetos.
I do like a little bit of hot Cheetos every once in a while, but the lime. I'm a picky eater.
That's fine. What flavor boba is your favorite?
Jasmine green milk tea.
Love it.
Yes.
Love that. Who is your dream collab with a other streamer and then a brand?
Other streamer? Pokimane. Brands? Actually, fun story though. I'm signed to Pokemon's talent agency, which is pretty funny. Yeah.
How fun.
I know. I'm like,
it's not that far away.
Me. What the flip? I'm little me. Yay. Dream collab right now. Stand at your Fujifilm camera. Fujifilm.
Yes. Fujifilm. Yay. Love it. Okay. If Twitch disappeared tomorrow, where would you go next? What's the move?
Dude, I'll get like 12 hours back per week.
Wait,
Vietnam. No, I'm kidding. I did plan on going to Vietnam though. Well, back on YouTube, I guess. YouTube streaming.
You know what? I should have known that. I should have known you were gonna say that because YouTube has streaming now. Okay, what is one poor decision that you think every creator should make at least once in their life?
Ooh.
Something that everyone has to go through.
This is actually a really good and tough question.
Take it down.
I think every creator has to go and make some content they regret. And I don't mean it in it's like a fucked up kind of content, but it's like a cringe content and you look back and you're like, oh my God, I was so cringy for that. It's like a rite of passage. My League of Legends skits are cringy as hell. And I have like all 3,000, 4,000 TikTok videos. If you scroll all the way down, they're still there.
Oh, wow.
They're still there.
Yeah, they're still driving views. Like,
oh yeah, I get people liking my 2020, 2021 videos all the time and I see it and I'm like, where are you guys finding this? But thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, she is not scared of the digital footprint.
You gotta make the cringe videos. You have to. It's not a mistake. It's a rite of passage.
Nice. Okay, so last question. Where can people find you online?
Ooh, you can find me online on TikTok and Twitch under the handle Katliente. And then Instagram is katliente.ttv. Twitter is Katliente with 3 E's at the end.
3.
Yes. And then YouTube is Cat and Chat with a K.
Love that. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's a wrap on this podcast. Thank you so much for being on my show at the last second.
Thank you for having me. I was also I was waiting on people to get back to me about lunch plans. So
that's, it worked out. It worked out.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out. And now you are going to be probably late. Okay. Well, thank you so much, chat. We will see you in the next episode of Pretty Poor Decisions. Bye.